Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel, Cap Social Network, also known as Capri Social Network. So, in today's video, I wanted to talk about both Adam22, current host of the podcast No Jumper, who is notoriously known as of lately for starting a reality show where there will be usually groups of men having sex with his wife, all with his consent. If I'm not mistaken, his name for the love of Lena. Also, I wanted to talk about in the same breath, or when that being said, Joseph Smith, former NBA star, aka Joe Smith, who happened to marry a woman by the name of Keisha Davis, and she is eye candy, no doubt about it. And also, Adam22's wife happens to be eye candy also. I mean, both of them are drop dead gorgeous, very beautiful, along with very shapely women. However, these two women unfortunately have a bad reputation. And this is just a perfect example, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really referring to or addressing my gentlemen that follow me, no matter if you're African American, Middle Eastern, Asian, white American. This is a prime example, also a perfect example, gentlemen, of why you should be very careful, both very careful and very mindful, very wiseful. On top of that, are the types of women you choose to invite in your life. Because whether you know it or not, some of the most gorgeous and well put together women, shape wise, are some of the most problematic, some of the most headaches, due to how they have to deal with, even while married to you. If you may be married to one right now, or may have been married to one in the past, only to end up divorcing her, and in most cases due to her infidelity. You have to realize, fellas, just because she may be eye candy to you doesn't mean that she's not eye candy to so many other thousands of guys. And that's one of the main reasons when it all comes down to it. The women of that magnitude are cause some of the most headaches, some of the most heartbreaks. With that being said, how many times, fellas, even during your younger years, back when you were in elementary school, or either elementary, middle, or high school, you happened to fall for the girl that was every boy's type, and for her to eventually give you a chance by becoming her boyfriend, only to find out that she had several other boyfriends along with you. And in some cases, in the worst case scenario, you happening to spot her with that other boyfriend, or her coming out and telling you straight up that she had another boyfriend all along. Imagine, fellas, on that note, how heartbroken you was. And the main reason you were so heartbroken was because in some cases that was your very first crush, also your very first girlfriend, and she happened to be she may happen to be extremely beautiful and sexy. The whole while you were heartbroken over her finding out that she was cheating on you all along. It was what ran through your mind, through your psyche the whole time, was how sexy and gorgeous she was towards you. I mean, I know little boys, it's far back in elementary school, really don't use that term. And let me rephrase that. How pretty she was, to put it another way, to make it sound more age suitable or age appropriate for young guys that are usually within that age bracket. With that being said, folks, I'm going to show you clips. And first and foremost, I wanted to give you some info, a brief summary of both Adam22 and Joseph, aka Joe Smith, former NBA player, pertaining to what they're known for in their backgrounds. So bear with me. And excuse me, folks, I'm a little bit over the weather. Well, under the weather, excuse me. I say over the weather. I meant to say under the weather. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, now Adam22 can be best described as an American entrepreneur, social media personality, and a podcast host. Most people identify with him as a bicycle motocross BMX rider, as well as the creator of BMX website, better known as the Come Up. Once again, he is also known for the reality show or podcast No Jumper as well. Right here happens to be some thumbnails of it or screenshots, however you like to classify them at, or whereas. Now, if I've initially started hearing about him more so in courtesy of DJ Vlad, and I'm sure a lot of you are very familiar for sure when DJ Vlad do to his interviews, when a lot of people, most of the time, who are not that well known, most of them happen to come in the likes of rappers. Every now and then, either a comedian, actor, who are really not household names like that. Anyway, so let me stop sharing this and show you, give you a brief summary of Joseph Smith. For some of you who may not know about ex-NBA player Joseph Smith. Now, Joseph Leonard Smith is an American former, wait a minute, hold on. Let me share again. Let me share my screen again. Now, Joseph Leonard Smith is an American former professional basketball player, a power forward. He played for 12 teams in the National Basketball Association during his 16-year career. That's a whole lot of teams that play within all the years he served or he played in the NBA, a whole lot of teams. And he should be in a Guinness Book of World Records, or Guinness Book, however you would pronounce it, for being with that number of teams within within a 16-year professional career. Born and raised in Norfolk, Virginia, Smith was a college player of the year at Maryland in 1995 and the number one pick of that season's NBA draft. Picked by the Golden State Warriors, he was named to the 1995 to 96 All-Rookie team. Smith was mobile throughout his career as he was one of the most traded players in league history. In 1998, Smith was traded to the Philadelphia 76ers. He then played for the Minnesota Timberwolves on a midway pit stop for the Detroit Pistons until 2003. He later played for the Milwaukee Bucks, the Denver Nuggets, the 76ers again, the Chicago Bulls, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Atlanta Hawks, the New Jersey Nets, and the Los Angeles Lakers. Smith was on the active roster of 12 different teams, which was an NBA record share, as I just told you, folks, because once again, I feel like he should be put in the Guinness Book of World Records for the player on behalf of the NBA, one of the very few NBA players that's been on the most NBA teams. I mean, this is crazy. Anyway, when Jim Jackson, Tony Massenberg, Chucky Brown, and Ish Smith, until Ish played with the Denver Nuggets, his 13th team in the 2022-23 season. Smith attended Maury High School and played at the University of Maryland. With that being said, he never did win an NBA title, judging from his highlights and awards right here. And let me blow it up. For some of you who may have a hard time reading it, this right here is all his highlights and awards, his NBA statistics, rather his whole entire professional career. And this is a photo of him, I guess, pertaining to a little bit before he retired from the NBA when he played for the Los Angeles Lakers. So I'm going to stop sharing this here. And I wanted to show you clips of his wife actually talking about her flings, her sexual history and background on behalf of her, well, ex-wife, that is, because judging from my understanding, both of them are divorced. But I wanted to still show you clips of her actually talking about how she started being an OnlyFans star and how it led to them, both himself and her, divorcing, which I can't blame them on. So bear with me, folks, once again.
For the Navy.
No.
So
That's not it.
Where's
How
Joe?
How are you guys doing?
Where's Joe?
He's pretty pissed off with me. So he's been, I think he's at his sister's house. He's not talking to me right now. So yeah.
Keisha, how long ago, obviously we saw in the video that Joe's saying he had no idea that you had this account. How long is the account, have you had the page?
I've had the page for at least over a year. It's on my Instagram and my LinkedIn, but that's what happens when you don't pay attention to your wife, period. And, you know, he has a friend that he's been entertaining, and she decided that, you know, she wants to really put a bigger, you know, wedge in our relationship. So she went digging around my page and was like, oh, do you know that she has this? And it blew up from that. I mean, it's no secret Joe's financial issues, you know, and I have always made a good life for myself, you know. Before I met Joe, I was living overseas in Europe, and I had established myself as a singer, you know, and I came back here, you know, thinking that with his persona and who he was, once we got together and I found out who he was, that it would only take off, you know, other things. But, you know, not everybody's hustle and drive are the same. And depression is a serious thing also. So, you know, I've been just like, you know, supporting and dealing and going through his trials and tribulations with him. I've started several businesses, you know, I've been doing a lot, like, and I just figured out, I have a home in Cape Verde I'm trying not to lose, and a roof over here we're trying to maintain that we almost got kicked out of. So I just kicked in the drive and did what I had to do, you know, and he won't do it. So I had to, and I'm sorry, you knew I was an adult video star when you met me. So if I would do anything for my own survival, then what makes you think that would change now? When I retired from the adult industry, I promised myself, if I don't sing, I don't eat. So when, you know, my music career wasn't popping here when I left Germany and I stayed here for him, I figured, you know, I would, you know, start a business. I started a puppy friend social club business, the dog sitting business. And then COVID happened and that screwed everything up. I have a moving company, you know, that he actually works for me. Like, he works for my moving company. You know, I'm tired of being the one to figure shit out. So I figured it out the best way I know that can maximize the money that needs to come in, because I'm tired of living like, you know, I'm tired of living minimal, you know. It's not fair. And I don't understand how you could have had such a maximized life and be so content. This is ridiculous. But we've been together for almost 13 years, though. We've been together since 2012, like after his retirement. And it really wasn't a retirement that he wanted. It was a forced retirement because he just got locked out after the lockout in the 2011 lockout. You guys remember, right? You know, he just never got a new job. Nobody wanted him anymore. So, you know, there was a depression, and I've been going, you know, dealing with all of this stuff. And I'm sorry, you know, I'm not sorry for what I'm doing. I'm just sorry that he can't understand that it's not that wasn't a selfish decision. It was a decision that I made. I made an executive decision when my man wasn't taking the lead. I really love Joe. I love him. If he never speaks to me again, I still will do things to help him or whatever I can because he's my family. You know, he's like an intricate part of my life and I just want the best for us. I wish he wanted that also. That's really where I'm at. You know, I wish that he wanted the best for us because he's not really wanting the best for himself. So I can't expect him to do for me what he can't do for himself, I guess. And that's why I just did what I had to do.
Have you drawn that line in the sand that you will continue doing OnlyFans?
Unless something else happens that, changes that, no, I'm going to continue my OnlyFans. I think as a couple and just him individually, he needs counseling to help find out how to re-find himself and find his new place in the world. It's really hard once you've had a major career. You were the number one draft pick and then everything ends. How do you deal with that? I don't want to be alone, but if that's what it has to be, that's what it has to be. But I don't think we'll have a divorce. I don't think so. I think he'll come around.
For the record, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Smith has a net worth of only $100,000 a year, if I'm saying it right. Well, I just put it this way: he has a current net worth of just $100,000. Believe it or not, out of all those years, those 16 years that he played for 12 teams throughout his entire NBA career, because during his NBA career, he was worth so many millions of dollars. If I'm not mistaken, he had reached at one point in the NBA multimillionaire status, only for things to come crashing down, so to speak, on his behalf. Now, I don't know whether he had a lot of bad investments or not. A big part of him only having a net worth, as we speak, of only $100,000, similar to the Antoine Walker situation, another former NBA player who is very well known for his stint playing with the Boston Celtics. Anyways, let me show you some more clips on behalf of his former wife that you see. And man, she is fine as all out. He really did an excellent job in a sense picking her. I just hate that he got played like he did and how he had to end up with her. She is fine. It's all outdoors. I just hate that he had to end up marrying him a hoe when an OnlyFans page at that. Anyways, and I'm just calling a spade, folks.
And then with the milk with the older women, that's where you really learn.
I heard baby alien was in here. Come here, little puppy.
Another surprise.
Hey, baby!
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my goodness, what is going on right now?
Wow.
Mommy came to take care of that baby.
Another
ready for
surprise?
this?
Yeah,
You ready for this?
Of course. Yo, another surprise. I can't believe it. What?
Judging from this clip, I'm assuming it's on behalf of Pornhub, either Pornhub or some other adult site. And this is a shame. To me, I look at this as taking advantage of a disabled person, because this guy obviously has some kind of handicap by taking one good look at him. Was born with some kind of birth deformity. Anyways, and this, by the way, folks, this was only a few days after she happened to expose herself to Joe Smith on behalf of having an OnlyFans page and account. Believe it or not. Anyways.
And them that with the MILF with the older women.
I just played that clip. I'm going to show you another one.
Hey, Jason. My wife's a big fan.
Hold on, folks. Now, this clip I'm about to show, and it's on behalf of her doing an interview with Tasha K. And this here particular clip, ladies and gentlemen, she is going all the way out, letting the cat out the bag, so to speak, from exposing her experiences, her sexual experiences, being with Kid from the group, somewhat famous Kid and Play rap group, to being with Tupac, believe it or not, which is probably or was probably a straight up lie, and also exposing MC Light's sexual orientation as well. Here it goes, folks.
You are the wife of NBA star Joe Smith, okay? We're gonna call you Kiss. Is that your artist name?
Yes.
Do you use that on OnlyFans as well too?
I was a porn star from the years of 1989 to 2006. AIDS was rampant around this time. Everyone thinks that because you're a porn star, you're super promiscuous and that, you know, you have a high body count.
I ain't never seen nobody pump their husband the way you did.
I have an OnlyFans page and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it. But I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
How did you and Joe meet?
We met in Los Angeles in 2012 at a BET Awards party.
So he was playing basketball at the time?
No, he wasn't.
Oh, he was. This was before.
This is after basketball.
After basketball. I don't know why I thought you met him.
Everyone, that's a preconception right there, or a misconception that I was with him while he was playing ball. I'm not. I was not that way.
So he's retired?
Yes.
Okay. Was he getting retirement checks when you met?
No, it doesn't work like that. Monique Slaughter, she stole $100,000 from him. She was dating him prior to me.
Love and Hip Hop Monique?
Yes.
Monique's. Got a baby by Lil Fizz.
Monique's a thief.
How the hell did that go down?
And I even have her on a recording saying, I can tell you how I got the money.
So you're in a relationship with Kid, and then you fuck play?
It was whack as fuck. Dick is trash. Got a little ass dick. Like I fucked up good dick for whack dick.
Whose life did you ruin?
And nobody else did. I was fucking with Pop for a little bit.
Tupac?
Yes. But not like his just, you know, we boned every now and then. I met
he was fucking with Pac. Now Jada is gonna lose her shit.
Yeah.
Tupac's widow is gonna lose her fucking shit. Was you okay? First of all,
was good.
Tupac is a good dude.
Yes.
Jada swears that Tupac was with her.
No,
like, no, he had a
he
fiance.
was Keisha and I was the other Keisha. And he probably was smashing around that time. But Jada was also fucking MC Light around that time. Let's talk about it at the catch, honey.
Whoa!
Leave them there together.
Whoa!
Yes, me up.
Whoa! What the hell just happened? You're saying that you know Jada Pinkett Smith.
On that note, I'm going to show you 3 clips on behalf of Adam22, how he, for the most part, has been lately soliciting his wife on behalf of her doing a reality show where she had sex with multiple guys all at once. So here are some of those clips, not the actual clips of her having sex with the guys, but you'll see what I mean, folks.
Having seen how viral it went, it now seems kind of insane that I ever would have like potentially stood in the way of you doing this, just because this is obviously such an amazing thing for your career as well as mine. Like, we're not going to state dollar amounts, but even just like the money that I've made off of talking about this on YouTube and Snapchat has been kind of ridiculous. And then like,
you're welcome.
Plug Talk has been, that's a very weird framing, but the amount of additional signups that we've gotten on onlyplugtalk.com has been kind of insane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna want to pick all of you. If this was a gangbang, would you all participate?
Affirmative.
Crit Mac, you can do that?
Hell
You can
yeah.
get hard in front of a bunch of men?
I'm looking at you, cuff. These weird niggas. I'm looking at you.
What if another guy's leg touches your leg by accident?
Sock her in the face. Lena has a nice. She has a nice. So I'm just thinking the whole time, I gotta tear that so up. I definitely do. I gotta eat her. I gotta her. I gotta her. So I gotta eat her. So I'll bust her hole open like Adam has never done in his life. Oh yeah.
How was your experience with my wife with me?
She was nice, man. I ain't gonna lie. I busted a fat one.
Oh my God.
Talk about it though. How did you feel beforehand? A lot of people, when they see the scene, are now going to realize that we were on set for like 9 hours. It's a long day at work to end in threesome.
Yeah,
And
that shit was fire though. I ain't gonna
the photos
lie.
came out.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you like the video. Make sure you share it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And you also comment on how you feel, what's your perspectives on this here topic. Until next time, you guys have a good one.